I'm just checking to see if I am live. I'm going to be talking to you today about batch cooking breakfast items and how to do that to save money. Just gonna go here, channel. Just want to see if I'm actually live. Yes, okay. So let's see. There I am. Okay. Yeah. Live stream. So sorry for delay. I just want to ask you if you batch cook breakfast items. Let's start with breakfast. Do you batch cook breakfast items? I do, to save money and time. I do it so because not everybody in my family likes the same things. So I cook a bunch of one type for one person or for two people, and then I cook a bunch of another type for one or two people and stuff. I freeze them or I put them in the fridge. For example, I wanted to show you. So, making muffins. These are pumpkin spice muffins. These ones aren't gluten free, they're just from a recipe. I will share it in below. But it's pumpkin flour, sweetener, well, I think a mixture of sweetener and sugar. And I didn't put pumpkin seeds in it, but I like putting pumpkin seeds on the top. But I do them in our silicone muffin tins. As you can see, it needs to be washed. But look how clean they popped out. Like there's nothing stuck on them. And I do muffins once or twice a week, or and then freeze. Like we eat them that day that I make them, or the next day, and then I freeze them so that we'll take two out because there's the Epicure muffin tins are small. They hold I don't know how much they hold, like a half cup, maybe a third of a cup of muffin mix in them, and then they grow. But they're smaller than the big, huge ones that you get at the store. So that's why I say one or two. If you're doing it for breakfast or for a snack, just do one. Other things I like to do with my muffins to add value and protein in them is adding flaxseed. It adds a lot of fiber and some protein and iron and potassium, calcium. But I also like to add our protein powder, because our protein powder has one scoop, has, let's see here, 8 milligrams of iron. So that's 44% of your daily iron. It has 20 milligrams of calcium. So that's 2%. Potassium, 1,000 milligrams. That's 21%. It has 20 grams of protein per scoop. And this is vegan. It's pea protein, fava bean protein, coconut sugar, tapioca, potassium phosphate, natural flavors, xanthan gums, sea salt. So it's vegan. But this is great in things to add protein to a mix. Another thing that, if you're vegan, not vegan, gluten free, our easy peasy bagel and waffle mix makes great pancakes or waffles or bagels. And you can add some of the protein powder to it to 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 make it healthier and more protein. My brain's not me. But also I add chia seeds or hemp hearts or flax seeds, anything to kind of add that value, that extra So you're getting more bite, more nutritional value for each bite. But another thing I like to do, I want to tell you, is those eggy sandwiches that you can get at McDonald's. How much are they now? What, $4 or $5 for a sandwich? You get, one slice of bacon or a sausage round, eggs, a slice of cheese, an English muffin. The best price for English muffins is at Costco. You get a 4-pack of 6 English muffins for like $4 and something. And actually, I just got here. How much was it? English muffins was $5.49. So it's gone up. It used to be under 4 something. Now it's 5 something. And you get 2.5 dozen of eggs. The large eggs at Costco is $8.29. They're about 9 something at the grocery store for the 2.5 dozen. But you crack up some eggs. So this is the full sheet pan. It's currently on sale until the end of the month for 20% off with our sheet pan liner. Okay. This sheet pan liner I love because it has edges. So this is the full sheet. The quarter sheet holds about 8 eggs. The full sheet holds about 16 eggs that you mix up with a bit of milk. I don't measure. A little bit of SPG or salt, pepper, garlic, however you want. You normally eat your eggs. And you put it on the sheet pan. And you cook it in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes or so. You just kind of check, because each oven is a little bit different. You could also put it in the air fryer. Like I have an air fryer toaster oven thing. And I always, it takes it with the little quarter sheet pan about 8 minutes or so. And then don't use a sharp knife on the silicone because I'll cut it. Use the silicone knife or a plastic knife or a plastic spatula to cut it. But what's nice about this is that half sheet pan, you cut it into like 8 pieces, and that would fit onto an English muffin. So toast some English muffins, however you want. Do 8 eggs. Cook up some bacon on another sheet pan, easy cleanup, or in your multi-purpose steamer. Hi, Food Forest Permaculture. Hi, how are you? And cook it up and make eggy sandwiches. You put the English muffin, some bacon or sausage, egg, scrambled egg, piece of cheese, and then the other egg sandwich. Wrap it in a paper towel, and then put it into a Ziploc bag. I would put it into a big Ziploc bag, and a big Ziploc bag fits about 6 or 8, depending on the English muffins, and throw them in the freezer. Keep a couple in your fridge. Take it out with the paper towel wrapped around each individual one. Put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, 45 seconds to reheat, and perfect. Then you can put fresh slices of tomato, lettuce, avocado, salsa, whatever you'd like to put on an eggy sandwich. Okay. But don't melt the cheese onto the egg. Just put a piece of cheese slice, like not you can use the Kraft cheese slices, but that's like they say processed cheese food. And I like to just use regular cheese because it's real ingredients. I am doing fine. I'm just trying to, I just did my groceries today, and a lot of the items that I bought were for breakfast stuff because I don't have currently any freezer meals of breakfast stuff in the freezer. And none of my family likes everything all at the same time. Like, I don't have any breakfast item that all 4 people like at once. So I batch cook when I feel like making pancakes. I batch cook a whole bunch of pancakes, and then put them in the Ziploc bags. Put them in the freezer. Then you could take them out, put them in the toaster oven, the toaster, or the microwave. Heat it up for whatever a toast is. Same with waffles. Okay, that's the way to do it and to save money. And you want to make it even healthier by adding protein powder. or flax seeds, or other seeds like hemp hearts, chia seeds. All those things add fiber, add protein, add healthy stuff to them. Oh, you're vegan now. But I eat fish once a week. Okay, yeah. Well, you would love our our protein powder. It is vegan blend. There is vanilla, there's chocolate, and there's coming out for next month a salted caramel, which is really good, by the way. Tastes great with coffee. um, and as like a frat, but this is vegan, so it's made with pea protein powder and fava bean protein powder. Also, it's all of Epicure's products are gluten free and nut free, and they're made in BC. So 85% of our products are vegan. Like I have vegan and vegetarian friends that like to take our rotisserie chicken seasoning and put it on tofu. Cut the tofu into strips like soldiers, like toast strips. Um, put the seasoning on it, put it in the oven, and it tastes like faux chicken strips. Oh, they also do it on tempeh and stuff like that. It's a great way to um, still keep the flavor, especially if you were a meat eater before. Adding the meat flavor type thing of a rotisserie chicken, that memory, and then putting it on a healthier, lower fat, higher protein, vegetable based protein. Helps you, and also it's cheaper. A block of tofu around here, even at the grocery store, is about $3. If you go to the Asian market, it's cheaper, and of course Costco is cheaper too. But I just bought 3 kilograms of ground pork and 3 kilograms of lean ground beef, and I'm going to be mixing them together to put into Ziplocs for my freezer into portions for my family. Some I'm going to be pre-making them into actual meals, or that just need to be cooked, and then other ones are just going to leave blank so that I can be inspired on the day I take them out. So, it is. I was. I'm not sure. So, I like doing eggies sandwiches. You can freeze them. They defrost perfectly fine. They can last about 2 months in the freezer. I wouldn't go past 2 months because then the bread texture kind of and the egg texture sometimes goes wiggy. The sooner the better. So usually I'll make. That's why I don't make like 30 of them. I'll make 8. Because if I'm going to take them out, it'll be for me and my husband, or maybe my daughter might like them. She prefers to make hers fresh, and I'm like, fine. I'm not spending 2 hours in the morning cooking everybody different breakfasts. So I'll cook one. And then they could choose to have it, or they could choose something else that's in the fridge or freezer. Same with oatmeal. I like making a big batch of oatmeal. Again, I add flaxseed, hemp seeds, protein powder, um, chia seeds to it. Maybe a little bit of brown sugar or stevia, maybe maple syrup or molasses. I tend to do molasses. It's lower in sugar, but still has that kind of caramelly brown sugar flavor that I'm looking for. But I don't want the sugar. And I'll do a batch of oatmeal, put it into individual containers, throw some in the fridge, and the rest in the freezer. They take out the freezer perfectly. Microwave it for a minute or two. Add a little bit of milk, or plant-based milk to it. My youngest daughter likes almond milk and cashew milk. Well, obviously coconut milk, but those two are the cheaper of the other milks that I get. We don't drink a lot of milk around here. Actually, usually milk goes bad before we drink it. That's what we tend to do, like for smoothies and stuff. We do plant-based milk. I keep the regular milk because I like, if we're gonna have cereal, I like real milk on cereal, and I like cooking with milk because cooking with the plant-based milks like in eggs and stuff doesn't quite do it. And I like my cream too, but I do eggies in wrap them in tin, not tin foil. paper towel, put them in the freezer or in the fridge. Microwave 30 seconds, 45 seconds, depending on your microwave, maybe a minute. If it's a really old microwave and doesn't have high power, but I wouldn't go past that. Try 30 seconds, see if it's hot, and just leave it like that. You would save tons of time. The amount of that you'd spend on 2 English muffins at McDonald's or Tim Hortons or anywhere else, you can make 8 easily, and 8 that taste better. And it's exactly what you're putting into it. You know exactly what you're eating, and it's fresher. Same with pancakes. So you can buy pancake batter, the stuff, and then you just have to add water, or the ones that you add milk, or you can make it from scratch using flour, sugar, salt, baking soda, baking powder. There's recipes out there. That same recipe can be used to make waffles or for bagels. Like our gluten-free one, the one thing with all of our gluten-free products is when you're making the batter is to let it sit for about 5 to 20 minutes so that the gluten-free flour absorbs all the liquid that is in whatever that batter is. So here has a recipe to make baked bagels. We have a silicone bagel pan that you can use. You just kind of pour it in there and bake it. You use 1.5 cups of this mix, a teaspoon of salt, Greek yogurt, and everything bagel topper. If you want to make pancakes or waffles, you do this 1 cup of this mix, an egg, 3/4 of a cup milk or non-dairy milk, and a tablespoon of oil, and you cook it in a waffle mold. In the sheet pan, we have a silicone waffle mold, or in your waffle maker, or again, I do pancakes on our sheet pan and the sheet pan liner. Silicone knife, not a sharp knife, silicone or plastic knife to cut them on here, or plop them out and then cut them on a cutting board. And you have square waffles, but they're great to pop in the toaster and stuff. So, but our silicone liner and pans are on sale for 20% off right now until the end of the month while supplies last. Plus our winter seasonal items, a bunch of them are on sale, plus some that aren't on sale, but once they're gone, they're available while supplies last, because they're making room for all the spring seasonal items that are coming April 4th with a new catalog. In the description of the video, you can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram. I think there's TikTok in there, and my Pinterest, and my email address and stuff like that. So if you want any more information, feel free to message me. And yeah, I love being an Epicure ambassador because I love the products, and I love getting a discount, and I love saving money. And doing batch cooking helps me feed my family healthy meals. Me not spending hours upon hours in the kitchen. Like literally, I'll do a batch of muffins, once a week, maybe twice. I'll do a batch of pancakes once every 2 weeks or so, because or waffles, or eggy sandwiches. Every eggy sandwich is about once every 2 weeks, just because my family. And then I'll do oatmeal like once a week. So every day I might spend 20 minutes, but I'm not just cooking for one meal. I'm cooking I'm doing double batches so that I'm not spending double the time. And things can stay in the fridge for a few days, or throw them in the freezer, because not everybody wants the same thing every single day. My family does not. I do 10 minutes cooking food, and that's it. So exactly. Like, I love that with especially with our multi-purpose steamer, I could throw stuff in there, set it and forget it, and not worry of burning anything in the bottom because it's in the microwave. Okay, cool. I will go check that out. But yeah, we do smoothies too, some days, like from frozen fruit. So as fruit starts becoming too ripe, we just put them in a Ziploc bag, throw them in the freezer, use them for smoothies. Again, with our protein powder and flaxseed things thrown in there. Nice. We love sushi here. My daughters like making sushi pizza. Again, another thing to freeze. You take the sushi rice, and we use um, Epicure's burger press to make it like a burger, and then wrap it in saran wrap, and then freeze it. And then she dips them into, I think, an egg, and then panko breadcrumbs, and fries them, and then puts the raw salmon or smoked salmon on them for an avocado for my youngest daughter, and then for herself, she does them with avocado and a sriracha mayonnaise from factory food. Yeah, eat, live, live, raw food is much fun. Yeah, well, and but that can get expensive, and I try and I do things in moderation. Okay, I am not perfect. I will eat things. I'll go out for a restaurant, or I'll do takeout. Okay. But I try and do that not as many times. I try and cook at home so I know what's going in our food. I do buy sometimes pre made stuff just because mama needs a break too. But I try to incorporate fruits and vegetables into the meals, either as a side or hide them in a sauce, puree them, and stuff like that, so that there's just more nutrients in our food than what would be typically in the um like in the store stuff. Also, I love making my own pasta and pasta sauce because it has so much more vegetables, so much more meat, so much more healthy stuff, and tastes just so much better than the stuff from the store. That's every year. Awesome. Yeah, I try and grow my own. But again, where we live, that's from May to September. The rest of the time is too cold, and I don't get hardly any light inside my house. During the winter, I get this much light coming into my house, a foot and a half from the windows. Just the way that the house is in the sun, it's it's just not doable. Now, if I lived in a more temperate climate or had more sunlight, then that's possible. Or had one of those tower garden type things with the hydroponics and lights. But that's a huge investment as well. So I just don't have the space too. So there's that too. But yeah, I tried, I figure we try and feed our family as healthy as possible, and do things in moderation. Like, don't go from one extreme to the other. Know that, like, look at portions, look at the vegetables, look at the protein, and do quality ingredients. But still look for sales. Like, as I said, I bought ground pork on sale. It was $3.17. I got a 3 kilogram chub of it from Costco. Um, Lean ground beef was on sale for $4.98. Not a great price, but it's better than what it has been anywhere here. Another kilogram. I'm going to be mixing them together, and so I have 6 kilograms. So 1 kilogram feeds my family about 2 meals. So there's about 12 meals there. I, was hoping to have, at least 14 meals in that, but we'll see what I'm going to make. Because we like to um, stretch things out. Like, I spent today on groceries. I did half my grocery budget on groceries. That typically should last me 2 weeks. I still need a few other ingredients because they weren't available where I was shopping, but that add maybe about $50 or so more. I'm hoping I can get 2 to 3 weeks out of my grocery shop because um, groceries are expensive, and that's what I use my Epicure money on that I earn. I use it to bridge the gap from my grocery budget to the cost of groceries, plus anything extra I put away for vacation, for savings, for, you know, a treat, whatever. Yeah. So living soil only, no chemicals. Yeah, I have LEDs now for inside growing costs $2 a month. Yeah, well, you have to have the space too to grow the space to grow enough food for one person or two people. You still need some space to grow those things. But that's about it. And speaking of which, it's almost 5:30 here now, 5:20. So I'm going to be heading off and going to start thinking about supper. That's awesome that you make your own soil with your own compost and everything, eh? Have a great night. Bye.